Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a two-part guest video with the GP00 Blossom. Part 1 is Maelstrom in the Ruined City. He is charging its long beam rifle, which has the Garo B effect, the beam barf ability, sustained damage, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it has a bunch of different ranged beam weapons and also a special ability, which Maelstrom's going to activate shortly, and I'll talk about once he does. But yeah, this looks like a lot of fun, and a lot of people I know got it, and unfortunately I am not one of them. I may give it another try at some point, but yeah, I didn't get this one, and I'm grateful that everybody sent rounds my way. So Maelstrom just used the ability. What it does is it has a marking ability like the Isaac and the Ewak Jagan and quite a few other spotting suits, but it has a radar sweep which temporarily increases the range. Man, good downswing for a support too. That temporarily increases the range and damage of your weapons. And the exchange being that when it wears off, like it just did, the radar turns off for about 30 seconds. When the radar comes back, you can use the special ability again. So, it's good that it's not a once per life. That's a nice thing. And, let's see, Hymo Galbaldi Beta tried to counter, did not get it done. I really do like that downswing. I think it's similar to the Atlas Gundam's downswing. I cannot say for sure. But it's definitely the same kind of thing, a slash and a stab. Difference being that on the Atlas, its two-saber downswing is so fast and it travels so much, it's really hard to land both parts. As a support, it looks like the Blossom does not have that problem quite as much, so that's good. And Maelstrom's already landed a couple of kills, so that's a good start. 4850 to 4250, also a decent start with 6 minutes or so to go. And yeah, this, like I said, looks like a lot of fun. Hope I can get it. Have not yet gotten it. A lot of other people did, though, and I am, like I said, I'm grateful that that a couple of them sent me rounds. But yeah, I like that downswing, and it seems to do a lot of damage from the 4600 I saw pop up on somebody. Yeah, okay, yeah, so the long rifle is charge required, apparently. So that's, that's tricky, especially when you're trying to charge it while retreating. But it also has a single-shot non-charging version that stuns, as you can see. Let's see, that Gyaradoga managed to tackle out of taking damage, but did not manage to counter Maelstrom. That's good. As you can see from how fast it was, that ceramic wire weapon is still the fastest heat rod-style weapon in the game, I'm pretty sure. Certainly one of the most difficult to contend with, so let's see. Yeah, does not seem to have a lot of stun protections like a lot of, as a lot of supports seem to not. So, see, that Hazel 2 just dropped. Good shot there. Yeah, he is doing really well so far, so 85, 25, 56, 50. Yeah, this is definitely, taken off here. Enemy support fire underway. Lack of feet also underway, so not a bad time to be respawning, honestly. Low health, nothing much you can do. And, support fire was coming in, so yeah, that works. 4 minutes left. 9200 to 6225 looks good. Maelstrom's team has only managed to get one of the 4 points in the city. That's manageable, but if the other team decides to get pushy and take that last point, it can be a real nuisance. Looks like number 5 may have been thinking about doing something about that, and then just had like 2-3 people spawn in on their head. Let's see. I'm not sure if the sustained damage beam charges faster when it's when the radar function is active. I don't think so, but I'll have to. I'm sure either Maelstrom or Demolition Hound will be able to tell me in the comments. So, and let's see. Good shot there. Did not stun. That was a good stab. Good downswing on the Gyaradoga. Managed to take it out. Jagan was not ready. Okay, yeah, this thing this thing seems like it's pretty good at defending itself up close, which is, an important thing for supports at this point, because, yeah, it's hard out there for supports, as you probably know by now, but if you have some good melee abilities, it can work out. I'm curious to see what melee priority it has. I'm hoping with, decent moves like that, it probably has at least priority 2. There are not a lot of priority 3 supports. So, yeah, I'm kind of curious about that. And another kill. Yeah, they're very nice at the moment. They're up about 2-1, I think. So, 2 minutes to go. A little less now, but, for things that just came out yesterday, I am always grateful. So, okay, they kind of exchange stuns. I think... I'm not sure what that... Oh, it's a Hazel. It's a Hazel custom, and that's a Hazel 2 behind him, so... Yeah, bad combination. Hazel custom is a general, but it also, had the Hazel 2 helping it, which can do a lot of damage very quickly, as you can see. But, yeah, okay. Minute and 40 to go. Enemy team's making up a little bit of lost ground, but still looking very good for Maelstrom's team. And let's see what we got. We have got a respawn, and I'm kind of interested that the radome skill does not appear to be a touchpad skill. It's just an ability. It's just a weapon technically, and not a special ability. So, see, that Hazel 2 is down. There's a lot of stuff around Maelstrom, and yeah, they're really kind of pushing on him, it looks like, because, well, as you can see, he can do a lot of damage fast. So, 50-some seconds left. Good downswing, caught at least one of them with that, and tried to follow up, but got, I think, shot in the back by something with a fairly decent weapon. Let's see, that would be, yep, Galbaldi Hymo. That makes sense, because that big gun can hit pretty hard. I mean, that's kind of like the defining characteristic of most supports: big guns that hit pretty hard, or big guns that hit pretty hard, or smaller guns that hit a lot. One of those, often both. But okay, so yeah, this round is about to end. They have it not totally locked down, but I'd say close enough. And let's see, person tackled right past Mail. That's good. Barzam custom, if I'm not mistaken. Unfortunately, it had a Hazel 2 with it, which is not a good position to be in. But having a camphor back you up is a good position to be in, so that Hazel 2 got chain mined, and time is up, so that is a win. Let's take a look at the stats, because I'm really curious to see how that went. Okay, Maelstrom got top diversions. That I'm not sure what that is, but it was doing work. Oh, I bet it's Psycho Zaku Mark II. 6 kills, 4 deaths, so yeah, really nice round. And now we're going to move on to round 2. Alright, and here is Demolition Hound, who is on the supply depot in a much brighter color scheme. I don't know if it's the default or not. If so, I think it's been touched up a little bit, but it looks good regardless. Yeah, like I said, I'd like to get this. It looks like fun. That's kind of the thing I like. I think a lot of the things I like in this game are supports, and supports do, as is known, have a hard time of it if you don't, if you don't have a team that is ready, willing, and able to back you up. Demolition Hound and I were talking about that earlier. Demo says, he feels like sometimes he's a little bit too ready to just go it alone, and I have the same thing. It's like, I kind of sometimes just assume I'm going to get murdered and go off and do my own thing, and that means I get murdered, which, self-fulfilling prophecies are not the best way to go. They're really not, but yeah, that downswing, I like it. But yeah, so, it just sometimes you just have to regroup with the team and hope. That's about the best I can say, and, half of this game, I think, at this point, is just, trying to keep an open mind about the random strangers you're playing with, which is kind of dumb, but dumb like part of the equation, but I guess it makes sense, but it just, again, still kind of weird. That is a Titania, which I am glad Demo managed to knock that down, because otherwise that could have been painful. May still be, because it is right there with its shotgun, and yeah, shotguns can even break maneuver armor, which I'm reasonably sure that the Blossom does not have. Could be wrong, but don't think I am. See, that is a Zissa, of course. Okay, yeah, it's got the instant stun long beam rifle. It's got the sustained damage beam version. It's got beam guns in the chest, Vulcans, and its radar ability. So yeah, this is a good-looking machine. I like it. I want it. I have a few tokens left on my one account. I may go spin for it. But okay, yeah, making good inroads on that Rick Diaz. And yeah, that's like I was saying before about the Atlas, that is the problem that I have with that downswing. It just does not, sometimes you just go past your target. Okay, we have got it, well, it was dead even, 42.29 to 34.10 now. And, speaking of, trying your very best to, not think the worst of the random strangers you're playing with, somebody is sending sarcastic tells, so, yeah, that, I don't know, the other night I kind of borked my the timing on some of my medication, and just put me in a weird mindset, and just I was really not fit to be playing this. So if you were in the couple of rounds I tried tried Wednesday night, I am sorry, and I stopped so I would not be like that anymore. Just yeah, I don't know. I've seen so many people do the tells thing, and it hasn't meant anything, and just last night it just made me furiously angry for reasons I cannot articulate. So just bad braining that day, I think. But yeah, okay, yeah, and obviously the way it goes into that downswing, it does have balancers, which is, at this point, I feel like just about everything should have balancers. Balancers should kind of be a just fact of life, honestly. Okay, well, the beam does not pierce enough to kill people on the point, so that's, I didn't expect it would, but that's good to know. And there's the whole downswing for 41.95. And yeah, that Dwudge and that Regelgu both followed up very quick. Let's see. So that was a good opportunity for Demo's team. That mobile suit tripped over the skylight there for the underground tunnels. And if you do that, if you cross something you can fall off of very briefly, you will just sit there crouching for a second as though you landed from a jump, which is unfortunate, because sometimes it happens when you just take like corners weirdly, which can be a problem. But yeah, as you can see, this thing just really does it if anything, it reminds me of the GP04, except of course with, I think, just a different, slightly different skill set, slightly different set of beam weapons, but kind of same principles. It is an all-rounder of a support that can do a lot of things at a lot of different ranges, which is good. So, yeah, let's see. 10,000 to 6,200, that's a good start. 2.5 minutes to go. Okay, so it's not a good start so much as a good middle. That's fine, too. And yep, landing some shots with the chest beam guns. Yeah, this is going to be one that cooldown parts are going to be exceptionally good for, I think. Let's see, yeah. That's one of the things about the Garobi-type weapon, is that they steer, but if somebody is not caught in the beam, it does not steer fast enough to get them in it. Which might be for the best, but at the same time, just I feel like it does limit their usefulness. The ability to land that full beam is extremely limited. I feel like maybe this beam should have a higher stun value. That's kind of what I feel like. Sometimes they should stun faster or heavy stagger more frequently, because some do, some don't. But okay, a couple of nice kills there. But yeah, I just, I think they could use some adjusting to give the best possible performance, because I don't know. I've talked a lot about how supports have it in the game right now, and I think it will eventually get better, but I'm not really sure what to what to suggest, because basically the idea is that raids should be able to just dive in and make kills and get killed, and support should be able to last a long time and do good damage, basically indefinitely. And sometimes it works out that way, and then sometimes the raid just dives in and kills you, and you don't get a chance to do anything. So I don't really have any good solutions, because it all comes to how the game ends up played more than how the game is, how the shape or the intent of the design is at this point. And I don't know, if the game design doesn't quite work for the way players are playing it, there's chances to adjust, but I'm not really sure what to do. You could give support to a lot more hit points, but then that just takes away the raid's ability to dive in and get quick kills. So, it's a mess, but it's a mess I'm glad I'm not responsible for. But this round was not a mess. This round was really good. And yeah, I like this thing. I want to get it. Demo got top score at 4,300, top damage at 125. And let's see the various 7 and 2. So yeah. This is the GP00 or the GP00, however you want to go with that. And that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We'll be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! So I saw an interesting thing on Twitter the other day. Apparently, the head of Bandai Hobby, the real-life Meijin Kawaguchi, basically, said that the Gundam Aerial is the fastest-selling Gunpla debut of all time. Which makes sense, because it goes out of stock a lot, and the places that keep it in stock do seem to mark it up quite a bit. I'm looking at you here, Amazon.